Coming up on the Angus Report, increased uptake in genomic testing leads to new opportunities in the beef business.
Now's the time to start marketing plans for the fall sales season.
Junior Angus members and their families gather in Des Moines, Iowa this week for the 2017 National Junior Angus Show.
How raising prime grade beef is possible and profitable. Then we preview this year's Angus Convention in Fort Worth, Texas.
This is the Angus Report. Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Jenna McCrell.
Our top news this week. Innovative science continues to pave the way for the future of the beef industry, and breeders equipped with genomic profiles on their cattle are taking large strides toward higher accuracy and precision. Geneticist Allison Van Enneman with the University of California, Davis says increased attention to genomic data reduces risk in selection decisions and will allow the industry to make advancements in traits that have historically been difficult to measure.
As we're getting more sequence information and more DNA information and more phenotypes associated with that, there's a real opportunity to move all of that data into genetic evaluations and come up with more accurate predictions about things not only that we currently measure, but also for traits like disease resistance or fertility, where we don't currently have very accurate measurements. The value to me of genomic testing for producers is it really decreases the risk associated with young bull purchase. So for breeders, it's important to know who your very best young animals are, to use them in your breeding program to accelerate the rate of gain in their program. But for commercial producers who are buying bulls to go out with females, the genomics gives you a better glimpse under the hood as to which actual genes they got from their mum and dad and gives you more accuracy, and so that's where I think the risk reduction is really important.
The American Angus Association and Angus Genetics Incorporated recently announced major enhancements to its weekly national cattle evaluation, including the use of single-step methodology. Visit angus.org to learn more about how the improvements benefit Angus breeders.
Most Angus producers know that there are 10 carcass hurdles to clear for the Certified Angus Beef brand qualification. However, Blackhide is not one of them. It's always been a pre-qualifying phenotypic requirement that's called the Government Live Angus, or GLA, and it's used for all Angus brands. USDA recently announced an updated GLA definition that took effect July 1st, and it's a change that was requested by CAB and the American Angus Association this spring. The new GLA evolves the phenotypic requirement to more accurately describe Angus influence, while also reducing marketplace confusion. Since 1978, the GLA identified Angus influence as predominantly 51% solid black. The live animal specification now reads, have a main body that must be solid black with no other color behind the shoulder, above the flanks, or breaking the midline behind the shoulders, excluding the tail. In addition, a new name for the USDA document reflects the association's role in setting the standard and established its ownership of that standard. A 2017 feed yard audit by Certified Angus Beef suggests that the change will have essentially no impact on the number of cattle identified as Angus type. Visit cabpartners.com for more information.
While the fall sale season is still months away, it's never too soon to start on your marketing plan to promote quality Angus genetics. That's the message of American Angus Association Regional Manager Mark Sims, who says having a comprehensive marketing strategy that reaches your target audience is critical in today's competitive marketplace.
When you sit down and maybe in breeding season and decide what bulls you're going to breed to, you also need to devote the time to where you're going to spend your marketing dollars. And in today's day and age, we have so many different little groups of people that you're trying to reach out to, and the person that's the baby boomer might not be looking at the same thing that the millennial is, and that's why it's important to have a good balance of social media, websites, print, digital. It really brings it into one advertising campaign that kind of covers all your bases.
Visit angus.media for more information on advertising and promotional tools available through Angus Productions Inc. or contact your regional manager to learn more.
Leading the team of dedicated communications and marketing professionals at Angus Productions Inc. is Rick Cozzitorto, who joined the association as API president on June 30th. Cozzitorto brings decades of experience in livestock marketing and sales to the association's media company, which serves the nation's Angus breeders through promotional programs and services and industry-leading editorial content. Over the course of his career, Cozzitorto has been involved in high-level sales and marketing, employee management, livestock publications, and as a young professional, served as an Angus regional manager in the West. Most recently, he was the executive director for U.S. cattle sales with Merck Animal Health. And the Cozzitorto family has been actively involved in raising registered Angus cattle and participating in the Association, American Angus Auxiliary, and the National Junior Angus Association. Visit angus.org to read more about the new API president.
While cattle producers continue to build back numbers to grow herd size, identifying with females with increased longevity and stayability can make significant impacts on profit potential. Scott Spidell with Colorado State University says breeders with an eye toward the traits will not only see increased economic return, but also more efficient progress within the herd.
Stayability is really a system-wide measure of reproductive efficiency, and many things go into that. It's going to be reproductive success, it's going to be durability, it's going to be soundness, it's going to be feet and legs, so it's sort of an umbrella trait. So some of the rewards that are available to producers for selecting on stability or longevity would be, one, increased profitability. Two, I would say faster genetic change in some of our other traits. So as you have older females, you're going to have more accurate selection decisions on our herd. And that's not just in stability. I think that would encompass other traits as well.
Spidell was a featured speaker during the recent Beef Improvement Federation in Athens, Georgia. Visit bifconference.com for more coverage from the Angus Media team.
National Junior Angus Association members will be winning with the Angus team this week in Des Moines, Iowa, during the 2017 National Junior Angus Show. Nearly 900 exhibitors are expected to attend the show, participating in one of the nation's most competitive livestock events and showcasing their leadership skills and knowledge through educational contests. You can stay up to date on what's happening at the show by visiting NJAS.info, where you'll find live show ring coverage by Walton Webcasting. Also, be sure to follow the National Junior Angus Association on social media for all the latest news and headlines. Our Angus Media team will be on hand to bring you stories and features from the event, and we'll share a special episode of the Angus Report from Junior Nationals starting on Monday, July 24th, right here on RFD-TV. Again, visit NJAS.info for a complete schedule, show results, and much more. We'll see you in Des Moines.
When we return, prime-grade beef production is on the rise, and targeting higher quality can lead to big premiums.
Then we feature what's planned for the 2017 Angus Convention in Fort Worth, Texas.
Visit angus.media to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
Forward. It's more than a direction. It's mandatory, because the beef business rewards the progressive, the doers, the ones who know what it takes to go easy on cattle and never set them back. So set your eyes on the horizon, turn your back to the wind, and move your herd the only way you know. Forward. Vista Vaccines. Always ahead.
Today's beef consumer has questions. BQA has the answers. Your Beef Quality Assurance certification allows you to share a story that assures customers that you are responsibly raising a safe, wholesome, and healthy beef supply. Becoming BQA certified just became even more convenient with a new interactive training experience that is online and available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Get started today by visiting bqa.org.
We've been excited that we've been able to become the 5th generation in our family to be involved in agriculture. We've been using a lot of different Zoetis products over the years, but we were very excited about getting into the genomics and using the GeneMax and 50K testing tools that they made available a few years ago. What's really been impressive for me is how we were able to take the GeneMax data take the 50K data and match it up to how those cattle eventually end up performing in their career. Matching up how they tested to actual carcass data proved to us right off the bat that the test was really accurate and that it was something we were going to be able to depend on when we were making decisions. I think if a guy wants to try and really succeed in the cattle business, you've got to figure out a way to make your cattle gain premiums and not just be a commodity animal. And that's what we're striving for. That's what our customers are excited about. And we've shown that we can make some big improvements in just a few years' time.
Did you know that your checkoff works to grow demand for U.S. beef in more than 80 countries? Did you know export markets add more than $250 in value to each head? Did you know your checkoff works to develop, defend, and dispel in an effort to expand international markets? While you're focused on managing your beef business, your checkoff is developing new foreign markets and defending those where U.S. beef is currently sold. Get to know your checkoff at mybeefcheckoff.com.